Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swears it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want. Today, we're jumping into r/Neckbeard Stories. Yes, we are continuing the tale of Tulsabeard. Honestly, it was a pretty good vibe in the last episode. We seemed to have a beard that was relatively harmless. They like driving around their cars together. Nothing could possibly go wrong, am I right? Well, I guess maybe that's speaking a little bit too soon. I do see a woman's name in the first bit of part 2, and maybe that's all it takes to turn it around. This she-devil came in, this harpy broke up the band. Why you gotta do that, Yoko? I guess I'm making a lot of presumptions. Maybe she's actually a really good person and the beard just made it super awkward. I'm not sure quite yet, so I guess we'll have to find out. Let's do that. We are live streaming this on Twitch. If you wanted to come through, links in the description. Let's get some more of them plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this r/Neckbeard Stories cringe. Tulsabeard, Part 2. The Ballad of Julie. Oh, Julie. That's a beautiful name, honestly. It's like the daughter of a jeweler. Or maybe she was born in July. All right, I'm gonna stop. Let's not go down the dad joke route quite yet. Also, friggin' subscribe to ReddX. Yeah, do that if you didn't yet. Also, howdy. Hi. Luca was a race car. Was good with it. Hello, Reddit readers, guys, gals, and all the colors of our beautiful rainbow. Your humble OP here, continuing the tale of Tulsabeard. Fairly harmless beard, but he ticked many of the beard boxes. We do need more harmless beards to be quite kind of fill the hole that Bowler Beard had left in our hearts. I did talk to A-Roxers recently. I guess not that recently. Back in February or something like that. She said she's working on something, so fingers crossed that Bowler Beard will make his reappearance at some point. But for now, we've got Tulsabeard to fill in the gaps, maybe. I like a harmless beard. A harmless, derpy beard. It does my heart well. I consider myself sort of a harmless, derpy beard, I suppose. I had started a job working for a satellite TV provider as technical support. I had started to make some friends. And with that out of the way, let's get the cast list going. Yeah, just like you got your life going. Good job, Luca. You're doing the most out here. And the cast. OP, that's me. Drinks to sleep, new-ish to the big city, and looking for love in all the wrong places. Oh no, is Julie bad? Is Julie gonna be bad? Alright, don't spoil it for me. Ray was a black cloud strife looking dude with a cheerful attitude and a love of his Supra. Worked with me at the satellite provider. Matt, Al Bundy, the early years. He worked at a shoe store, but he was a friendly guy and a bit of a bro dude who loved his white Impreza. Yeah, they were all car dudes if you didn't pick that up quite yet, which ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm glad they could bro out. I'm glad they have something to bond over. There was also Crazy Matt, who was Glenn Quagmire with an alcohol problem and a red Mustang. Good looking dude, and he used those looks to bang it out with just about anybody with boobs. Great. You playing that like STD bingo card? Good luck. Finally, Tulsabeard insisted that everyone call him Draven. Wow, that's edgy. I thought it was a League of Legends references because my mind is poisoned, but people pointed out that it might be a reference from The Crow, which also is a thing, probably a bit more near this time period. He had a bad habit, though, of one-upsmanship and better story-itis, loved his Eclipse, fan of fingerless gloves, didn't wear a fedora, looked kind of like comedian John Gabris' twin, hygiene-deprived, but cheerful. Beards are just like slightly smarter Kevins? Does that make sense? Are we doing a tier list of this eventually? Perhaps that's on the docket. I don't know. We also had Julie, of course. Certified beard bait. Yeah. frequented an underground club that existed once upon a time called the Extinction Gallery. What? That's so edgy, bro. No wonder Draven would go to the Extinction Gallery. Whoa! A BYOB nightclub with dubious legality. You had to know someone who knew someone in order to get inside. Rachel introduced me to the place. Ray and I had become regulars, along with Julie. Oh, so it wasn't Draven that met her and dragged her into the group. It was Luca himself. And then, what? Tulsabeard, like, makes it really weird and awkward, and he starts maladying her? I got a lot of questions. There's a lot of ways this dynamic could go, right? I guess we'll have to just read on and find out. This will be a story with a focus on Tulsabeard, but it is also a chronicle of my life pre-Lily in Tulsa. As such, Tulsabeard might not feature in every chapter of this saga, but he will be the focal point of many a chapter. And like I said last time, it seems like an interesting way to do things, but you tell the story, you know, I'm just along for the ride, essentially. Of course, we also need our disclaimer. We should put this disclaimer on Chris Trucker, too. Beards are gross and crass, and they do gross, crass things. If anything beard adjacent makes you, squicky, then maybe now's the time to check out. Also, with a decade between then and now, I obviously won't remember conversations, events, etc. verbatim, but I will be telling this story to the best of my ability, with the personalities of all involved intact and with as much memory as I have. With the stage and the character set, let us begin with Chapter 2 of Tulsabeard, this installment, Tulsabeard, the Ballad of Julie. I don't know if we're going to get all that much Tulsabeard in this one. It sounds like it's mostly a Luca and Julie thing, but I guess we'll have to see. After last installment's race, myself, Ray, Matt, and Draven came along. Bro, can I call him Tulsabeard? I really don't want to call him Draven, okay? I'm not buying into this delusion with him. We're not friends like that, all right? Your name's Tulsabeard. Just be who you are. Crazy Matt decided that we was going back to go cruising. It was around midnight 30, and we piled into a Denny's just down the road from my apartment complex. Yeah, that's where you go at midnight 30, isn't it? Denny's. And we're too poor to order food, so we just drink coffee for 4 hours. What a fucking nightmare. Don't even tip the waitresses. God, I was such a little dick in high school, wasn't I? Thought I was so cool, but I was just a little asshole. That's what it was. Julie was sat at a booth, poring over her books for homework, in between bites of her Grand Slam. Oh, she balling out. She got a Grand Slam and everything, right? What, you read books? What? You think you're better than me, huh? I'm just minding my business. Myself, Ray, and Matt knew her at this point, and we all pined for her. Oh, she is supreme beard bait, I see. Except for Ray. Ray only had room in his heart for his car. She was very conventionally attractive and had a witty, wry personality that made us all feel welcome, yet she was unafraid to barb us. She was one of the guys, if all the guys wanted to also bang her. I mean, then she can't really be one of the guys, right? I mean, I guess she could, but it makes it a little awkward. There's just a couple added layers of awkwardness in there. Maybe she ignores it. Maybe she's oblivious to it, but women are pretty perceptive generally. I think she probably knows. And that's why she makes with the barbs, right? To shut you down just a little bit. That's my working theory anyways. A little bit of armchair psychology. Well, we all made ourselves comfortable in a booth adjacent to Julie, and we exchanged hellos. Draven, however, Tulsabeard, was struck. Tulsabeard, hello, ma'am. Oh, God. Ma'am. Ma'am is what you call, like, the local librarian or something like that. Don't call somebody your peer who you're trying to bang. Don't call them ma'am. I understand you think it's respectful, but I think just hello is respectful enough, right? To whom do I have the pleasure of making your acquaintance? Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna be sick. I think I'm gonna be fucking sick. Why are you talking like that? Stop it! Julie laughs. It's Julie, Romeo. See, even she's like, your language is too flowery and it's awkward, but I guess I'll let it slide. She extended a hand for a handshake, which was taken. Draven then knelt like a man to be knighted. Oh, God. Stop it. I'm dying inside. This is secondhand cringe, but it is hitting me so deep. Why are you doing that? He leaned forward to kiss her hand. Please, please, no more. He probably thought he looked really cool, but he looked more like a fat guy picking a gummy bear up off the ground. This is deep, man. I don't understand how somebody could amp themselves up to do this in public, no less. I don't know how many other people are in this Denny's, but even just the group is enough. Nobody should have to witness this. Julie, being the unflappable type, but also not one for bullshit, accepted the kiss and then patted Tulsabeard on the head. Arise, faithful dog. She then gave him a look that would wither a man like Jack Frost punching you in the dick while you're trekking through Siberia during the winter solstice. God damn, dude. I mean, at this point, who wouldn't be an ice queen? You are going leaps and bounds to make this way more awkward than it needs to be. Just hello. My name is such and such. What's yours? Why are you going all over the top with this? Thanks. I hate it. Julie says, never again, Romeo. She then turned to face Ray. Where did you find this one? Ray shrugged and nudged his head in my direction. I laughed. We met him cruising. He's harmless, new to cars. His name is Draven. Draven, this is Julie. Draven, bro. Stop. I guess maybe OP didn't know his name at this point, but I'm not gonna call him that. I refuse to believe that your parents named you that. Tulsabeard says, Julie. He sighed while sidling next to me in the booth. From the look on his face, it was clear that he was fast forwarding through a whole lifetime with Julie. You already blew it, bro. Whatever you're thinking is never gonna happen because within the first minute, you made this shit horribly awkward. A fateful meeting at Denny's, some witty back and forth, some dates, marriage, kids, fights, old folks on a porch swing, and dying while holding hands. It took me physically snapping him out of it to break this horny trance. Yeah, it probably wasn't even as romantical as you're making it out to be, Luca. He's probably like anal, oral, handjob at a movie theater, roadhead. Then again, he doesn't seem like overly coon-brained. That's just sort of what I ascribe to neckbeards most of the time. But I don't know. He seemed to be really into it for just like, yeah, imagining a marriage ceremony. OP says, yo, Draven, menu. We're starving. Just pick something. I ordered the appetizer sampler, greasy fired slop, but it was so good with marinara and ranch. Oh, God, you guys got enough money to order food at the Denny's? That's next level. I guess I stopped going to Denny's once I got out of high school. I haven't been to Denny's since I've actually had money. Maybe I should go back. Maybe I should tip the waitresses that I never tipped. Ray got the same thing. Matt ordered a Grand Slam. Draven ordered 2 full entrees, something with steak, and also a moons over my hammy. Oh, and an appetizer. Bro, he a hungry boy. You paying $20 for steak and eggs at Denny's? God, who you trying to impress? Oh yeah, Julie. I forgot. He just wants to make sure that she knows that he could ball out when he really wants to. When it comes to steak and eggs, I don't care. No price is too much. Matt, Ray, and I made small talk with Julie while she did her classwork. I believe she was majoring in biology. Sorry if that's wrong, Julie. And yeah, we waited for our food. Eventually, it all arrived, with Tulsabeard's multitude of plates taking up the majority of the table space. We opted then to split our eating endeavor between two booths. Yeah, this is already super awkward, man. I don't know why you need two entrees and an appetizer. Didn't Lucas say in the last episode that he wasn't even that fat? Does he work out? What's going on here? He's got an overactive thyroid or something. As we finished up, Julie also stood, placing a black bowler hat on top of her fiery red head, waves of crimson washing over her back. A bowler hat, huh? For a chick? I don't know. I used to pine for a punk chick in high school that had like a shaved head, and she'd always wear these funky hats, neckbeard hats as you call them nowadays. But yeah, I could see her with a bowler. I could see how it would be maybe cute or something. And no wonder it drives the beardy boys wild. Yeah, this all is making sense to me now. The gallery? She asked us. The gallery, we almost all responded. All but Tulsabeard, who choked on his moons over my hammy and, almost scrambling, got to his feet. Bro still ain't done. See, you ain't even big enough to eat all that you ordered, are you? What's the gallery? He asked with a mix of desperation and panic, again at about twice the decibel level of what would be considered polite talk. Yeah, he's so scared he's gonna get ditched right now. No, that's fine. You're in good. You're a little bit weird. Sort of borderline, but you haven't been ousted quite yet anyways. Julie then shushed him. God, that woman. She knew what she was about and she reveled in it. Yeah, we got a manic pixie dream girl come to life. Except she ain't really giving any of these boys the time of day. She's like, we can interact, but I don't want to be involved romantically with anybody. Ever. I'm studying. And that's the way it should be, I guess. She definitely knew that we all wanted her, and she teased at us. We were all donkeys, pulling her cart, dangling a carrot, but goddamn hee-haw, bitch, let's go!
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get late.
You're never gonna get a taste of that carrot. Or she's never gonna get a taste of your carrot. Wait, that would imply she actually wants the carrot. So yeah, you guys ain't getting a nibble, all right? That's what I'm getting at. Like, if you guys could just be friends and be cool with it, I guess that's fine. It seems to be the case. Everybody here seems to know the deal. It's not too awkward, I guess. But it does seem like a slightly strange dynamic for a friend group, in my opinion. Julie says, now, Draven, you don't know unless you know. Besides, she gestured to his half-eaten feast. You still look hungry. She is the girl that most legbeards wish that they were, all right? She's not like other girls, but like legitimately. She gave him a wry smile and left, all of us following behind her and into our respective vehicles. Tulsabeard scrambled outside behind me, tugging at my arm. Dude, he whispered, but loudly. Where's the gallery? What gallery? Where are you going? Oh, man. You gotta feel kind of bad for him, but also, if you have to ask, you'll never know. Just play it cool, man. Be like, all right, I'll catch you guys later. You're right, I did order a shit ton of food. Why you gotta leave some moons over my hammy there? You paid good money for it. Go back inside and eat it. I shrugged. If she wanted you to know, then you'd know. Maybe next time, Romeo. So, see you next time, yeah? You gonna cruise again? He beamed that trademark wide-ass grin at me. The kind of smile that made you think that he was an innocent puppy desperate for love. You bet. I can't wait. It was such a good time. He asked again, though, just for good measure. What's this gallery, though? Is it some art thing? Oh no, OP's gonna blow it wide open. No, the Extinction Gallery. It's not art. Maybe next time, man. He's gonna Google that right now. He's gonna show up, I guarantee it. Sneaking in the back door and all that type of stuff. 100%. And with that, I left Tulsabeard in the parking lot. He lingered as we all piled into our cars and began to make our way downtown. Making my way downtown towards the Extinction Gallery with Julie. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Doodaloo, 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 doo. And I need you. I hate myself for that, but really, I kind of enjoy it. So we all arrived at the gallery. It was an unassuming building with no external markings, tucked away in a quiet corner of downtown. Myself, Ray, Matt, and Julie all went to the entrance, pulled open the door, and the smell of Jarum clove cigarettes hit us full in the face. Oh, clove cigarettes. So tasty, but so terrible for you. Forget about it. They do smell great, though, too. There was an airlock type of system. The inner door opened by a bouncer. We all paid our club dues and walked inside, various alcohols in hand. Club dues. God, I hate that. Entrance fee? Miss me with all of that. If your club's good enough, then I'll pay to stay there. Miss me with the entrance fee, though. I can't handle that. What if I enter? What if I decide I don't like it? I want to go home. I just wasted 20 bucks. The Extinction Gallery was, to my new kid in the big city brain, something of a wonder. It was like a Hot Topic and Final Fantasy VII's Midgar collided into a single building. That does sound like weeb paradise to me. 3 stories with the basement secluded for people who wanted to talk, the main floor for dancing, and the top floor for, well, activities. Activities? What kind of activities? I want to know about the activities, OP. Are they up there doing it?
Yes, Mark, that's right. They're doing it. You really have no imagination whatsoever, do you?
The main floor was littered with seating in random areas, rooms and hallways that led nowhere, and old arcade cabinets that only half worked. Half worked? Like 50% of them are functional? Or like some of the buttons just don't work? Where are these club dues going? That's what I want to know. If it's really such a cool club, why wouldn't you keep it maintained? Huh? How do you expect people are going to come back here? I guess you keep it exclusive, you know? You're like, oh, you can't come. And then once they finally get in, they're like, this is the best place ever. Because I was excluded at first and now I belong. It's like a psychological thing. All along every surface was local artwork. On the walls, paintings. Hanging from the ceilings, metal calliopes of sharp edge and steel that made one think of the torture rooms in Hellraiser. Yeah, this is edgy as hell, bro. I want to go here. This is super edgy. Even a lot of the furniture was modified or completely handcrafted by local artists, and hung in the air was the unmistakable scent of those clove cigarettes and, of course, body spray. Oh, yes, the body spray. That's why they had the airlock at the beginning of the club. Airlock ain't such a bad idea when dealing with neckbeards, you know? The whole problem with the airlock is that you're trapping all of the alcohol vapor from all of this Axe body spray. I'm surprised that those clove cigarettes haven't caused this whole thing to go up in like a giant fireball. This is not a good place to be. I want to go home. The very back room of the main floor was where the dancing took place, and that was where Julie loved to spend her time, swaying to the steady thrumming of some local emo-core EDM DJ tucked away in a corner. Other people danced, of course, but my eyes always somehow found their way to Julie. Oh, come on, man, let it go. She's not interested. She loves the chase, but she's never gonna give it up. Don't waste your affection on that, all right? At least as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't bother. She moved fluidly, lost in the music, ignoring the world and its worries, all while looking like Gerard Way had a hot sister. That's a really weird way to put it, but okay. I guess I could see it. She never would accept a partner. opting to dance alone. I found myself sitting in a corner, my own clove cigarette pursed between my lips, between swigs of some cheap swill that I bought at the local Quick Trip before we started cruising. At least you stopped driving before you started drinking. That's great. Also, this chick is like quite obviously just collecting beta orbiters, right? There's no nice way to put it. I'm not into this style really. Once I figured out that this is how it was gonna be, I'd be out in a second. Unless like you just want a legitimate friendship, but even then she seems to like love the smell of her own farts just a little bit. I'm sort of turning on Julie. I'm sorry this is happening, Luca, but it's just how I feel, especially in the first read through. I might look back tomorrow and be like, I was too harsh, but I don't know. That's the first impression. Ray was dancing as well, and like Julie, he was ignoring the attention of women, aka collecting beta orbiters, and he was opting to just feel the music. Matt was sat down next to me, and in here, he stuck out like a sore thumb. Ray and I still held on to some goth looks, but Matt was the jockish type, who wore Abercrombie, mirrored sunglasses, and fashionable tennis shoes with blue jeans. He was happy, though, to be with his friends at what he felt was an exclusive members-only club, which, to be honest, it was. And really, that exclusivity is probably the only thing still holding it up. And yeah, it doesn't really matter what you look like, right? I get that it's sort of a emo core goth club or whatever, but I can still come in here wearing Abercrombie, right? My money is still good here, right? Say right. I was beginning to get tipsy, and a young black short stack was pulling at my arms to drag me onto the dance floor. Aw, hell yeah! I obliged, and we lost ourselves in the music for a while, dancing together in the way that emo mid-2000s people do. Just basically just bobbing your head. Like the goth kids on South Park.
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna be in the talent show.
About 15 minutes had passed when I heard my name being called from the front of the house. I toddled my way towards the entrance where a bouncer is basically holding back a figure from entering the cathedral. Called it. Called it! 2 guesses as to who that figure is. Do you know this guy? Marcus asks, and I peer at the man. Trench coat, fingerless gloves, short curly hair, and a patchy beard. I knew him. It was Tulsabeard. God damn it, I knew him all right. He must have finished his meal at Denny's and made his way here, somehow. This was a place where only people who knew people could get in. We'd been there for hours. My only guess is that during my explanation of the gallery, I must have mentioned downtown, and he drove around mindlessly until he spotted our vehicles. Damn, dude. He really is like a lost little puppy. I feel bad for him, but come on, dude. You don't really have to go to lengths like this to get yourself included. People will think you're way cooler if you're just like, all right, man, see you later. You know what I mean? Maybe next time you'll get to go. Also, I want to point out, if everybody has to know somebody to get in, then how did the first people get in? Oh! Club must have not been very poppin' for a while. And then they realized that by keeping people out, they could make it more popular. 'Cause it's exclusive. Tulsabeard shouted out, OP, it's me, Tulsabeard, we met tonight. You gotta vouch for me, dude. By this point, I was pretty drunk, and 4 a.m. was coming upon us, but through the haze, I remembered Julie rebuffing him. She didn't want him here. I'm not proud of what I did, but then again, he also basically stalked his way here. OP said, I got no idea who you are. Yeah, it's sort of a shitty thing, but I don't know. You're caught between a rock and a hard place at this point. Tulsabeard's out here being a weirdo. Julie's also being a weirdo in like a completely different way. So who do you side with? It doesn't matter. Either way, you probably lose at least a little bit. But I wonder if this is like a turning point for Tulsabeard. Super villain origin stories right here. Huh. I could see the betrayal and tears welling up in Tulsabeard's eyes as Marcus dragged him out of the entryway and shut the door. God damn. Cold-blooded. I made my way back to the dance floor and to the short stack, who was enamored with me, and we continued our formalities. It wasn't long, though, that the light came on and people began to be ushered out into the hazy pre-morning cold. There was a whispering in my ear, and I knew what had to be done. I never knew her name. All I knew is that I drove her back to my apartment, we had sex, and I ordered her a cab rather than let her stay the night. There you go. I mean, that's what she's looking for, isn't it? If she really wanted to stay, she would have asked to stay, right? Personally, I wouldn't have done it. I made the short stacks, but I don't do shit like that. But as far as Luca goes, hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you got it in. Good on you, boy. And he even rebuffs himself in the next sentence. Don't do that, all right? You're a grown, consenting adult. Do what you want to do. It's not for me, but no worries. You know what I'm saying? Luca says, I'm not proud of the man that I was back then. But then again, making someone do the walk of shame is hardly the worst thing I've ever done. I'm sorry I never learned your name. I'm sorry I drove under the influence. I'm sorry you didn't stay the night. Rachel hurt me. For reasons I now understand, because I was the idiot, not her, but it hurt. Oh, there's a Rachel story here. I guess that's like a whole side tangent of the Luca cinematic universe. I put all of my pain into that woman that night. She deserves so much better than the man that I was back then, and my pretending that she didn't exist at subsequent visits to the gallery was a slap in her face. She stopped coming, and I know that that was my fault. Yeah, God, that's rough. Don't pretend that she doesn't exist. You just be like, hey, we had a good time. All right, see you around. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm a little bit torn, but I can't lay into Luca too hard. We've got too many other targets in this story anyways. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. The next week just flew by, and Friday night was upon us again, and we were parked at the carpet and tile store just vibing when Tulsabeard pulled into the parking lot. He got out and walked up to me, a mixture of betrayal and sadness as I walked from my friends to meet him halfway. Tulsabeard, dude, what the fuck? You don't know me? We raced. We ate at Denny's. I thought we were friends. Well, people think a lot of stuff. I don't know, man. Just because we interacted a little bit doesn't mean that you get to be included in everything in my life, all right? There has to be a line drawn in the sand. Do you not understand that? And OP says, look, Julie didn't want you there. Hell, none of us hardly even knew ya. I don't know how you found the place, but forget that you did until Julie or myself invite you there. I spit the halfway done cigarette from my lips, crushed it under my boot, and got uncomfortably close to him. OP, are we clear? Tulsabeard shrank a bit. Yeah, man, we're clear. I'm sorry. Oh, look at Luca. Big man on campus, aren't you? With his exclusive goth club. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm liking this side, honestly. Good. I clapped a hand on his shoulder and walked him back over to our group. He had fucked up, but the truth was that we were all messed up in our own ways. And maybe there was something to be chiseled from this doughy clay. Amends were made, and once again, he was welcomed into our crew. I mean, is it even worth being welcomed back into it? At this point, like, you guys don't want me, I'm fucking off, you know? I don't see a point trying to be with a bunch of people who don't seem to really want to kick it that hard. Anyways, our weekly cruises continued, and our weekly trips to Denny's continued, and our collective pining for Julie also continued. She's loving it, I'm sure. In order to make Tulsabeard not feel unwelcome, we began going to the Extinction Gallery on Saturday nights and doing our cruises on Friday nights. He was a congenial man, if not a little quick to try and one-up a story or to chest thump needlessly. One night after the cruise, Tulsabeard came with us back to my apartment. Myself and Ray got to the business of murdering one another in guilty gear, and Tulsabeard and Matt were horsing around in the empty space behind the couch. Seems a little weird, but all right. We were all drunk, and Tulsabeard was not one to know his limits. Nor was I, being honest, but I hit it well enough, I think. Yeah, that's probably the alcohol talking. I don't think I'm looking any drunker. What? Are you making words right now? Eventually, there was a solid thump on the wall between the living room and the kitchen, followed by Tulsabeard screeching, What the fuck, dude? Ow! The game got paused, and Ray and myself looked over the back of the couch just in time to see Tulsabeard wind up and punch Matt right in the face. Matt, well, he grabbed Tulsabeard by the collar and punched him square in the nose. Yeah, I think we've all been this drunk before. I remember me and Ramtide doing a bit of wrestling every once in a while. It's just good fun, isn't it, boy? I'm gonna make you squeal like a piggy. And that was how a Mr. Magoo-shaped hole and not entirely unnoticeable bloodstain would mark the slow downfall of the aesthetics of that poor apartment. Whatever, I'm renting. Ain't my problem. High five. We covered the hole with a beer advertisement we found fluttering after a windy day, and a small area rug covered the blood. Things were going well. If well meant that Tulsabeard was technically a functioning member of our friend group, we let him come along, but he was loud, annoying, far too full of himself, and hit on nearly every woman that came within yelling distance. Julie never stopped calling him Romeo, and he ate it up. To end this chapter, I suppose we should end on a cliffhanger. An unassuming night, myself, Matt, and Ray were at my apartment. Guilty gear, drinks, and music were the order of events, and we played long into the night until suddenly there was a heavy knock on the door. Police, open up! No, it's not. I thought maybe we made the neighbors angry with the loud music, so I told Matt to turn it down, and I went to answer the door. And there entered Crazy Matt, wearing nothing but his boxers, glasses half fallen off his face, stumbling into the entryway like Kramer from Seinfeld as soon as the door began to open. Crazy Matt, guys, you gotta help me. I'm gonna kill myself. And that's where I'll end it for now. Interesting. I didn't think that you could do a cliffhanger just by saying I'm gonna do a cliffhanger now, but there it is. No apologies for spelling or grammar mistakes. Own your mistakes. Luca, out. So yes, I guess we end with a dun dun dun. Oh my God, it's gonna get so spicy. There's a couple of things in here that, doesn't necessarily paint Luca in the best light, but that's a big reason that I've never gone out of the way to tell, like, stories of myself being beardy. People are often like, when are we gonna get ReddX Beard Stories? And I'm like, yeah, never. It's probably never gonna happen because I don't want to paint myself like this. Luca did some shitty stuff, just ignored that short stack after banging her. That was pretty sad. At least treat her like a human being, She shared her body with you. She didn't make a big deal out of it. It seems like you guys could have had like a nice friend with benefits thing going on if that's what you were into, but I don't know. I guess banging makes it awkward every once in a while. There's also the dropping of the cigarette out of your mouth and welcoming Tulsabeard back into the crew. That was a little bit cringe, a little over the top. I don't know if that's necessarily how things unfolded, but I take it with a grain of salt. There's a bit of artistic liberty at play here, and I guess that's fine. Overall, it seems to me Tulsabeard's just getting kicked around. Like, yeah, he's sort of coon-brained and weird, but we haven't seen that come through in the story as much. There was the whole, Romeo thing, but out of 2 parts, that's really as bad as we've gotten it from Tulsabeard. So I'm leaning towards, going to bat for Tulsabeard here pretty shortly. I guess we'll just have to see how part 3 goes eventually. I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, I hope you like, comment, and to subscribe. Big brain plays all around there. Maybe share it around. That would be pretty cool too. We got plugs, playlist, podcast down in the description. Spotify, iTunes, Teespring, Amazon affiliate, all kinds of stuff going on. We also got, of course, my social medias, Twitch, where I live stream this whole thing, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Come on through, say hello. Sometimes I answer. It's pretty nice. We've also got my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons and my channel members, both of which have an exclusive access to the uncensored version of the Incel Dictionary that's coming out pretty shortly. I think that's pretty big brain, so if you want to see that, then sign up if you would. And of course, I'd like to thank them all individually by name, as I do every episode. So thank you, Jerry much too. Billy D, Robert Waits, Carrie Sepulveda, Brandon Ashcraft, John Indoors, Phantom Danica, Train Boy, Liquor Lush Loser, Origami Steve, Skylar May, The Gypsy Barber, Fire Drake, Samantha, Death's Flagship, Bearded Snake, Buy Two, Get One Hand. Oh my God, we are growing in the YouTube members department. If you'd like to join them, do click that join button down there, and then we'll go ahead, head off into a Patreon. I'll tell you all about those beautiful people. We got Darth Luscious, Harley Hogan, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Chancellor Blue Kraken, Roxanne Wolf Sim Jerry, Conrad Ingy, Captain Clown Jerry, ... ellipses, Aaron Jerry, Esteban, for all playing sign, make Dayton cry fun. Oh, God. It's been a success already. Michael Shambliss, Origami Steve, Bean Tom with a bag of marbles without that, Jerry, beg for forgiveness, Silent Revolver, PCB, Fluxer, the Jerry of Industry, the original Jerry, Ravencraft, Kick Jerry, Destiny Piper, Jerry Kitsune, Salty Wizard, 211 Jerry, the two Jerrys, a very tired Jerry, a Justy Dardonian Jerry, and Frankenberry, ain't that a hiding pitch though? A Sense Bug Jerry, Aurora Wildheart, Baby Jerry, Bailey Joy, Peter Jerry, Benji and the Jets, Bill Duvik, Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Liquid Jerry, Bronze Kraken, Catholic Jerry, Commander J Tank, Dennis Dayton, Dr. Lux, Aaron Era, Eastbars, Frozen Never Studio, Gento at the Doodles, commissions open. Hey Dream BR, I'm Slim Jerry, yes, I'm the real Jerry, all you want the Slim Jerry's are just imitating. Inquisitor Jerry, Irish Pirate, Iron Hollow, Irradiant James, JM Coon, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry the Outlaw, Mother Trucker, Jerry Mayo was a bullfrog, John Hero, Crowy, Cuddly Kraken, Lady in Awakening, Legitimate Earth, Miss Monday, Lord Jerry, Luke of X was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single thing he said, but I helped him drink his wine. Like and subscribe. Lady Dix, Malama Man, Melgar the Destroyer, Metal Factor, Necromancer, Nix, Needless King 89, Paragon Soul, Phantom of the Pines, Jerry Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes and Quagmires, Ramtide Lacrymates, Rose, Jerry Miller, Sarita the Lolita, Soxy Octopus, Scarlet Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Bringer of the Law, Silo Whip, Stephanie Gooder, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, Tapioca Blue, the Gypsy Barber, the Italian Greyhound Dino, the Little Sue, the One True Fuzzy, trying to find a marble to get back to the real world. You probably don't want to blow into that balloon knot. It's Sticky Balloon, Vanguard Angel, Victor Cordero, Viking Jerry, Void the Comet Destroyer, Wiki Tech, Zephyr the Gargoyle or Clay, Void Sent Collector of Cringe, Comrade Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though, Cage Alex 9, Redwind, Non Viper, Saint Blessing Third Step, Venom Jerry, Wasabi Jerry, Jace Christensen, One Leg Jerry, the Neckbeard Hunter, a Normal Jerry, holds up a giant bag of popcorn, Bravo Stacks, and I'll share, Admiral T-Tank, Amber Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Bartender Kelia, Big Dead Wolf, Blueberry Apple Pie, Broken Spine, Horseradish Cake, Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Lock, Chikara the Panda, Coin as Art, sometimes, Cowbunga Cody, Crypt Titties, Define Jerry, Death Tuna, Dopamine Dane Jerry is Dwarfy Dude, Ghost of Alpha, he cannot, Janitor Jerry is roaming the streets of Finland, hunting down the Rudo Headband, Jeffrey, Geralt of Arabia, Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's, Web Apocalypse, Jerry, but with 2 S's and an E. Said Jesse Pinkman, Jerry Springer, the results are in, you are not the Neckbeard. Yeah, Jerry the Sunday Balka, Jerry's mom's got it going on, Jerry Aldo Rivera, Jerry Rocksters, Jerry Role Playing Game, Keaton Tails, Carrie Sepulveda, Kid Marvelous, Defender of the Innocent, Enemy to the Bearded, yeah, me too, bro, Kinsey Kid, Lucia Lovecraft, Machia CD, maybe next time Milk Fed get Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel, Raptor Art, Seldom Dark, She's by Jerry Pie, Sky Mara Ravenswood, Snary, that's Nom Jerry, Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scubby, Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the original Jerry, but he's not though. There are 2 wolves inside me, Spit Roasted Jerry, to Infinite Jerry and beyond, took care of Snowbeard, sent him back to Boof Chris Trucker, oh god, not the Love Dumpster, no! Unkale, throws 2 liter Mountain Dew, grow my Neckbeard, grow! It's Jerry time, holds ReddX Morpher, Hygiene, it's Jerry time, holds ReddX Morpher, Humility, Dilf Jerry, and thank you to my beautiful $1 patrons as well. Bless up to all the Jerrys and not Jerrys alike. Thank you guys all for supporting monetarily. If you can join them in supporting, that's absolutely huge. If you can't afford to do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me. I hope you'll come on back, hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watch some more ReddX videos, right? Maybe. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.